Hi guys, good morning. Well, welcome to our webinar for Wednesday, 25 of February. The topic will be remote monitoring solutions. So we're going to show you how we used Teltonika router and our E-series cameras, our own OEM cameras here for the US market. So um, if anybody doesn't know, here at EPCOM, we sell our own OEM with ND AA cameras, and we have Teltonika 4G routers for different types of applications. So let's get started with the webinar. Right, so the first question we have to do is why Teltonika, or what is Teltonika? So Teltonika is a brand that does networking, GPS. It's another 3 or 4 other branches. They're quite diversified. They're a company that's based in Lithuania, so you don't have to worry about Trump tariffs. It's not affected by that. It's one of the top 2 um, brands in cellular router markets, and the products are reliable, secure, and easy to use. So we'll learn about them a little bit later. So the topic at hand is remote video surveillance. So what are the key barriers when it comes to video surveillance? So you can have connectivity issues. So you have poor network or unstable networks that can lead to downtime, especially in remote areas where there's not like a lot of access to internet. So you can have into a lot of problems there. There are security concerns, so risk of unauthorized access and hacking. You need encryption or secure VPN connections, and there's some reliability challenges. Some of these can be power outages affecting camera operation, or even hardware failures due to weather or other disruptions. So what is our solution here? The Teltonika routers use dual SIM. So that means you have, let's say you're not married to a brand, you'll have like your T-Mobile SIM and your AT&T SIM. So both of those give you like a failover. If one of them fails or start having a bad connection, it will switch to the other one. So you can keep on communicating or seeing your cameras without much problem. The routers have management. You can manage them through a cloud, so you can even set up firewalls and VPNs to implement more protection to your devices. It's really important at the time of doing your own network, so nobody else is using it. And to ensure reliability with power, you can have a UPS to ensure continuous operation. So with that, why not use an ISP router like AT&T or T-Mobile that have 4G routers that they sell to houses? Well, Teltonika has remote monitoring and configuration options. You have advanced network settings. You don't have to commit to a plan or an ISP, and you have other types of quality of service and options that ISPs don't give you. You have the control over your router. In the case of 4G routers based by ISPs, you have limited access. You cannot troubleshoot. If you go right now and look through the T-Mobile 4G router, if you look for data sheets, manuals, quick start guides, you won't find any. Not even the web page, you'll find a 404 error. I checked yesterday. So in one hand, you have like capability of doing troubleshooting. You have help from a help desk by Teltonika to do troubleshooting, and on the other hand, you have no support. Or have you ever called an ISP and tried to help them with your internet issues? It's gonna take you like 2 days. So you have no support. You can't find any data sheets. it has only basic settings. You cannot go in there and hack it and do like stuff with it because it's for internet and internet purposes. You're not supposed to go there and do VPNs and other type of network features that could help you give you reliability and stuff like that. All of that is done by the ISP, so you don't have really control over it. You're just getting internet from it. So when it comes down to cameras and remote surveillance, it it can have issues when you're installing cameras. Some ports are unopened, so you're having trouble with your cameras. You cannot see them if you're not like right in the local network. You cannot see them through an app when you're in some other place. Um, it has happened to us a couple of times where we're getting a call from a client that's having issues that he cannot see his cameras on the app. And the problem usually is resolved by putting a switch there, but you shouldn't need to put a switch there if it's just like one or two cameras. It's like an extra cost. So it's just things to consider, like, hey guys, we have our option that you can, it's yours and you can do stuff with it, or you can buy it from the ISP and be locked to a plan, have hidden fees. There's no upgrade options. Maybe you just want like internet, but they're selling you like this other stuff because there's no basic internet plan and stuff like that. So that, I hope that answers the why Teltonika question. Let's jump to why do we use E-Series? You want to do that one? Okay, so why do you use our cameras? So E-Series and Appcom have been selling cameras for quite a while now. So we are a trusted industry leader that has established itself as a reliable leader in the IP video surveillance industry. And we're gaining wide recognition from our customers for our quality, precision, and reliability. We have built, we are built for any environment, designed for exterior conditions, IP67, IP68, vandal proof, ICAT 10 certification. So we ensure reliability and performance. We carry cutting edge technology. It's really a lot of bang for your buck. It's equipped with advancements. We're using AI. We have all the features and the functions you would like to get on a camera on a cheap price. So, and we're still evolving. Every couple of months, we get new cameras with new technologies or better image quality. So you can trust us on also regulatory and compliance. So as we said before, E-Series carries NDAA. Even if the cameras are manufactured in China, they're approved for the U.S. market. If somebody has like an issue with NDAA compliance, we already have it. It's also FCC certified with compliance and regulations. So there's no problem for any customer in the U.S. to use these cameras. And we stand behind the product on the term of reliability. We carry a 5-year warranty on your cameras. So if you have any issues with them, you can bring them back. And if we find a problem with them, we can change them for you. Our main focus is customer satisfaction. So Epcom is really looking out for your consumer, for especially you guys that go out there and install these things. We know it's not easy. That's why we don't do it, and we just sell it and help you with support. Okay, so how do we integrate E-Series and Teltonika to do something? Okay, so as we're telling you, remote monitoring solutions, you can enhance your remote access. There are many instances where you're like far away, or there's a building with no internet access, or maybe it's a house that the client just wants to keep eye on the house but doesn't want to be paying for internet. Maybe heard of it. Maybe you have like a ranch somewhere that you're not there like most of the time. So, but you want to keep tabs on the place. So, what's the solution? Remote surveillance. So you just need to deploy a reliable monitoring service. You can use Teltonika router, 4G router, place a SIM there, and just connect that to your NBR and then to a switch. just to power your camera and then to an IP camera. Or if your uh, MBR has PO power, then you don't need a switch. You just need to connect your cameras to a PO switch, and the MBR, I mean, the Route 240 will do the rest of the work. So this ensures operation without internet. Well, without internet in the place, you can just bring it there, and you can have seamless remote access to your network. You can even have some alarm or some motion detectors, like additional safety if you don't see them in the camera. So now that we know how to integrate it on the diagram, let's go to real world applications. So reliable remote monitoring in extreme conditions. Equipment must be highly durable, and cellular routers must maintain stable connections for real-time monitoring. Reliable cellular routers and post switches ensure uninterrupted operation. So what does this mean? Well, we took this idea from a project by Teltonika where they were connecting some cameras in some job site in Canada. So there's, what do we have there in Canada? Harsh winter conditions. So that creates a challenge for remote monitoring. You need like special cameras that can withstand the cold. You need top grade equipment that can survive those conditions. So there are many, we're thinking of a job site, but there are other industries that might require it, like gas stations or critical infrastructure. Maybe robust surveillance solutions here in, like, there's our refinery here in El Paso. I don't know if you know it, Marathon. So maybe there you can place these devices. So this is the network topology of the the success story that we were talking about. You have your router route 241, you have a switch that is a TSW202, and you have connected IP cameras. So what happens there? Well, the router, 4G router, gives you wireless data connection with an ISP, and that connects to a switch, and all the cameras and the speakers are connected to a switch, and you can monitor them from outside. So we actually built that here, and we can show you what we used, and we'll show you on a screen cap later. I'll explain a little bit more. So as you can see, as the network topology follows, we have here in the middle, we have our, well, here on the left, you can see our route 240. That's our 4G router, and it's connected to a Regi switch. You can use a white text switch, you can use an alta lab switch, a grand stream switch, doesn't really matter. It's just important to have the router there for 4G connection, and you connect it to a switch. Or as we said before, if your NBR has a PO function, you can connect it directly to the connected directly to the to the NBR, and we just keep the connection to the switch just to manage our IPs. So let me show you that here on live. Me mando el Meet por allá. So we're gonna do a little Google Meet to show you guys. Hey guys. Let me turn on my camera. Invite my colleague Michael is going to help us show you guys what we've done here. Just give us a second while we set it up. Traes un filtro ahí de. Sorry guys, it's the first time we do like on live meets, sharing screens and stuff. So just bear with us a second. We'll show you something nice. Okay, so as you can see there, you have we took for it to fit in the box like comfortably. We took out the board so of an MBR. I can send you. I can show you again the product list. So we have our 8-port MBR connected as just the board, and up we have our Regi switch just on top of that. You can see it. We have our router and our MBR connected to that. And on the other side, on the door, we place the router. It's a route 240. So the whole process of this is just to show you what you can do. And we decided like have an enclosed area, and it doesn't affect the network to have it inside there. If you close the door, it's not gonna go out, so you have to worry about it. It's not like a weak device, even though it's really small. It's quite impressive. And that orange cable you see over there, it's for the camera that we have on top of it. So let me jump in there and show you, share my screen with you so you can see the camera that's recording. That's connected to the 4G router right now. It's not on the network. It being a router, you can also like have your cameras and connect yourself to that device. Like you're there and you want to use your internet. Well, you don't really need to have problems with communication. You can connect directly to that. Just I'm going to join the Meet too and show you what the camera is seeing. Okay, I don't know if you can see it on the webinar, but I'm showing the camera there. You're seeing my screen on my phone, and I'm showing what the camera is seeing, and you can see my friend Michael over there, my colleague. So right now it's live on the 4G router, and you can connect. Well, we're gonna stress test it. We try like 2 or 3 cameras at the moment. It works fine. It's quite live. You don't have a problem with latency and stuff like that. It's really good. So we just have to stress test it, see how many cameras you can connect to it and how many devices you can connect to it. So you can have a better understanding of it. If you work on the border, as long as the network carries the same bands as what's managed by the router, you can connect carriers from Canada or Mexico with the router. It works with those two. So just so you can keep it in mind, if you have like a spot really near the border, Canadian border or Mexican border, where you're having better connection by Telcel or I know what carriers are used in the state in the state of Canada, um, but you can connect if it's in the same band as the router, you can use that one instead of American router. So yeah, if you have any questions, any comments, we can go into our Q&A. Okay. No questions at the moment. Well, we can wait a minute if you're thinking about something. Um, Hi, Fernando. I'm going to unmute you so you can ask your question. You're unmuted, Fernando. You can talk now.
You speak Spanish?
Sí, hablamos español. ¿Cómo le? Dígame.
Gracias, muchas gracias. Mira, por hacerte una consulta. Cuando tú decías que me parece interesante el sistema, es conectar a través de la red de LTE o la red GPRS, me parece que es, para poder tener monitoreo de una cámara en un punto específico donde no tenemos datos. Esa es la
Sí,
idea
la
general,
idea
me parece.
principal.
¿Ya?
Hay
Ok.
para todo tipo de aplicaciones donde
¿Qué?
requiera conexión así, pero es la idea principal.
Ya. Ok, entonces la idea es que yo podría de alguna manera ingresar a la cámara y hacer cambios remotamente, sí podría hacerlo,
Desde
sin
la app
tener una
lo
IP
puede hacer
pública, ¿verdad?
realizar los cambios. De hecho, lo que le estaba mostrando en la app era, mientras tenga el IP
Ujú.
del dispositivo, puede entrar. De hecho, pues estoy en la app, le estaba mostrando la cámara, no desde el MR, sino desde la cámara. Como nomás es una, podemos entrar desde ahí para mostrarles cómo está funcionando. Sí, puede realizar cambios.
Ya, pero no necesito hacer ninguna VPN o a través de una VPN conectado a una VPN con una IP pública, ¿no?
Las cámaras de S-Series tienen una función que se llama AutoNAT y eso le permitiría entrar remoto sin meter VPN, sin meter nada adicional. Este,
Ah,
le
ya.
facilitaría ahí el estar revisando ahí cámaras de los clientes y tener que ir hasta allá, ¿verdad? Muchos de estos,
Exacto.
supongo que a ustedes le cae de aquí de Texas, supongo que va a muchos ranchos, es para lo que está pensando la aplicación.
Ok, sí, lo que pasa es que nosotros tenemos un ISP. Pues
Ujú,
la idea mía es, y tenemos donde algunos clientes que necesitamos de alguna manera monitorear. Entonces, la una es proponer ubicar una cámara
ujú,
para monitoreo del rack de ellos, lo que sea, y también tener acceso, no sé, se llame el DVR o se llame a la cámara o lo que sea, ¿no?
ujú.
Entonces, esa era la pregunta.
Ok, no, sí, perfecto. Sí, ya quedó ahí resuelto.
Ujú.
Muchas gracias por la pregunta, Fernando. Ojalá les haya
Ok,
ayudado a todos
y
los
si me puedes,
demás.
sí, y si puedes ayudarme tal vez con tu dirección tal vez de correo electrónico, algún contacto, o si hay alguna otra duda. Muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias a ti, Fernando. A ver, ¿dónde quedamos? Aquí quedamos. Bueno, ¿alguien más tiene una pregunta? ¿Quiere levantar la mano? O tener la misma duda que Fernando y nomás les ganó la pregunta. So, are there any questions? Did Fernando's question answer everybody, for all of you? If did you have the same question as Fernando and he beat you to it? Okay, guys, since there's no further questions, thanks for joining. It was quite fast. I think I talked too fast. So I don't know if you have any doubts. If you have any questions, you can send it to my email, ricardo.flores or ricardo.flores@epcom.net. You can ask your questions there if you have any. I am in charge of the Teltonika routers at the moment. My friend, colleague, Michael Marin, it's in charge of the camera. So if you have any questions with cameras, you can send a message to him. If you have anything with networks, you can send a message to me. Sure. I'll write in the chat, I'll write the email. ricardo.flores@epcom.net. And this is my colleague's email if you need it. It's on the chat. Let's see. I'll send you that to questions. Okay, well, thanks for joining, everybody. I hope you have a great day, and Friday comes soon, right?